Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental, we have Eunice. Ayan. So a lot from Albay. So again, good afternoon. It's 1:50 na. And good afternoon, teachers. We're excited to have this LAC session with you. Ayan. So, Lizelle from Camsur. So a lot of people from Camsur. I think may magandang space. Don Sol is also from there. Wait lang. Okay, so okay. So good afternoon. Again, I'm Raquel. We'll start our LAC session today. Oh, wait. So before we start, actually, to start, we'll have the ground rules for today. Ayan. Our ground rules, it's just 4. I know na marami, di ba? Maraming ground rules. But basically, our ground rules for today, for our LAC session is first, listen attentively to who is speaking and sharing. Ayan. I know that it's online. And personally for me, medyo mahirap po kasi may mga times hindi ko kayo nakikita. So, but later on, when we do have the small group sharing, please make sure that if possible, your videos are on. And if ever meron pong ibang distractions, like ibang apps or what, i-close nyo na lang sa computer ninyo. It's better na talagang yun lang yung, like, the slides lang and even, I'm the only one that you're seeing, parang ganyan. Ayan. So listen attentively. Next, be open to different perspectives. We're all different people and we're all from different places. So definitely we'll be feeling different things. We'll be seeing different things. So maging bukas lang po tayo sa iba't ibang tao, iba't ibang pananaw at sa karanasan ngayon na baka bago para sa a number of you. Tapos, third ground rule is give value to your own stories and others too. Na lahat ng tao mahalaga. At sinasabi rin nga na bawat kwento may kwenta. So, and it's really coming from our own stories. Mga kwento po natin yung ibabahagi natin sa isa't isa. Last but not the least, I'd like to ask all of you if you can engage fully, 100%. Sabi gan nila, or sa mga workshops that I attend, the people that get the most are the ones that give the most in terms of presence. So, kung game kayo, in the chat box, you can click like, or in the Facebook, you can click the like button na parang, yes, I agree with the ground rules that, yes, I'll listen attentively, I'll be open, I'll give value to my stories and others, and I'll engage fully. So, game na tayo. Ayan. So, ano ba yung LOV? Love. Ayan. So, love might be a bit cheesy, parang, or maraming beses na nagagamit yung love. Pero, ang naniniwala kami sa Malayang Diwa na at the end of the day, we have a lot of rules, but the essence of it is we're being asked to actually love ourselves and others more. And I just like to read this quote from Corinthians 13 about what love really means. So, it goes like this, ayan. The way of love. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoings, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Ayan, something to remember. And for me personally, I wanted to start with that as a reminder because for this LAC session, it might be a bit different. Hindi po tayo ngayon, um, as much as yes, knowledge sharing, it's really coming from sharing ourselves and the gifts that we have based on our experiences. So, and I believe that all of us are experts of our own experiences. Yan po. So, before we start, a little bit about me. Sino ba si Raquel? Ayan, ang Malayang Diwa. So, Malayang Diwa stands for actually Malayang Daloy, Malayang Isip, at Malayang Gawa. I'd like to ask you if you want to know more, actually, kasi we'll be posting more updates about the other LAC sessions that I'll be hosting about well-being. So please make sure to follow malayangdiwa.co sa Facebook. Yan. So Malayang Diwa is an initiative I started because as a coach for teachers. Ayan, as a coach for teachers, and um, I've been working rin also supporting communities of teachers in the form of LAC. So, Malayang Diwa, quickly lang, daloy, isip, gawa. Naniniwala ako na lahat ng teachers pwedeng maging magaling kung kaya nilang matap yung malayang daloy nila or state of flow. Ayan, na parang yung feeling mo na parang hindi mo napansin yung paglipas ng oras kasi sobrang natutuwa ka sa ginagawa mo. Yung ganong daloy, dumadaloy lang at hindi ka na, may konting pagod pero mas maraming energy. Yon, kapag natap yun ni teacher. Tas malayang isip, kapag may clarity of mind rin, yung naliwanawan ka na, ay, ito yung kailangan kong gawin. Ang sarap din ng pakiramdam nun, and it allows the teacher to bring out the best in him or her. So, malayang isip at yung huli, pero mahalaga, importante rin ang malayang gawa. Ayun, which is a sense of agency. Na at the end of the day, siguro tayong lahat na teachers, merong mga bagay, policies, parang ano yung sinabi ng parents, sinabi ng principal, maraming hinihingi sa atin. Pero at the end of the day, meron din tayong sense of agency. Meron tayong magagawa. Pwede nating piliin ano yung pwede nating gawin dun sa mga hinihingi sa atin. Paano ko ba ito gagawin? Parang ganyan na no one will force us, no one can force us parang because we make the choices um that show up in our lives, 'di ba? Wala namang pumilit magturo sa atin, tayo ang pumipiling magturo, pero minsan may mga bagay tayong kailangan gawin. But it's when we remember na we are responsible for our own lives that we can be empowered. Yun. So kung gusto niyo pa malaman tungkol sa akin at sa kwento ng Malayang Diwa at paano ako napunta sa coaching teachers, you can listen dun sa mga techie na alamang podcast. I highly recommend you check the Pisara Tales. Ayan, episode 18 po ako at Happy Hour. So and yung Hobby Education Lab, actually I have some Facebook live doon kung gusto ninyo. So nakita niyo po Hobby Education Lab, tapos Happy Hour. Meron din silang link doon sa Spotify. Please support yung mga podcast. Ayan, para lang po siyang radyo, nagkukwentuhan yung mga teachers kung gusto nyo malaman. Like yung recent nilang kwentuhan about the environment, pero ngayon may bago sila, si Happy Hour. So, please check it out. Ayan. So, and make sure to also follow sa YouTube. Meron po kung ito yung link ko sa baba. Kasi we'll also upload this sa YouTube eventually. Ayan. So, ngayon naman, so ayan daw. To start, I'm not alone for this session. I have a team. Ang mga tagapagpadaloy natin. So, kaway lang dyan, si Abby. Ayan, nandyan si Abby, naka-video. Si Angel, kaway ka dyan, Angel. Ayan, si Angel, si Claire. Ayan, Chess, kaway naman dyan. Ayan, si John. And I think si Sandy, nasa Facebook siya. So, kaway lang dyan. Or parang chat sa Facebook. Ayan, okay. So, thank you very much. They're all volunteers. They're different backgrounds. But today, silang makikinig sa inyo at tulong sa pagpapadaloy. So, ang tech support lead natin, nandyan, si Joseph. Siya yung nagsimula. Trivia, actually, nag-improv din si Joseph. So, Joseph, I'll give you a few minutes. Just, do you have any reminders for tech? Hello,
Hi guys,
Joseph.
once again, welcome po
Ayan.
sa lahat.
So,
Thank you for
I
joining
think
us.
naka-mute or hindi kita marinig for some reason.
I'm unmuted. Hello? Sound? Yeah, I'm... Hello?
We can hear you, Joseph. We can hear you.
Okay. So once again, thank you for taking time out today to join us in Malayang Diwa Slack session. So anyway, just a few tech reminders. Put yourselves on mute when Raquel is giving the session. And if you have any tech concerns, please message me directly or raise your digital hand via Zoom. And yeah, so we'll just be here, the team and I, the facilitators, Raquel, to make sure it's going to be a wonderful experience for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Can you hear me? Ayan. Okay. Sorry, tech, Okay, so ngayon, magsimula na tayo. Okay, so to start and like any lesson or workshop, ano ba yung goal natin ngayon? Anong ipupunto natin? So, tatlong bagay. Una, we'll talk about the importance of being aware of how we're feeling and what we can learn from it. Na ano ba yung sinasabi ng nararamdaman ko? And how can I learn from it? Ano yung matututunan ko sa kanya? Pangalawa, we'll also be aware of our emotions and be able to choose actions that would be helpful for our well-being. So, malaman natin ano yung sinasabi ng nararamdaman ko, ano kayang makakatulong sa akin from that, that would help me in terms of my well-being. And last, yung goal din is at the end of the session, meron kayong magkaroon kayo ng mga tools or mga ideas how to navigate the demands of teaching. Ayan. So, we'll continue. So, to start, actually, at ang interesting kasi maraming sumagot dun sa survey, sa registration na physical activities help you. So, I just want to share this quick energy routine. You can do it siguro kahit nga 5 minutes or less. You can do it for yourself and especially for if you're online, you can do it with your students. It's from Donna Eden. It's called 4 thumps. Ayan. So, it's my 4 thumps tapos may crossover. Teka. I don't know if you can. So, well, what we'll do, ayan, we'll tap our cheekbones first. So, tap muna to. Ayan, pampagising, tap our cheekbones. Tapos after cheekbones, so siguro mga 5, 1. Then our collarbones, ayan. Kung hindi maramdaman ng collarbones, okay lang, nandyan yan. Ayan. Tap our collarbones. And then sa middle part, dito, thymus ang tawag dyan. Tap our thymus. Tapos, the next is the side of the ribs. Or for the women, below your bra line. Yan, sa baba, sa ribs. Ayan, tap nyo. Tapos pag ganito, yung parang nakaganyan, ayan, tap nyo pag ganyan. Oo. So, we'll do it again. 5 times each. Ayan, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last, so after the 4 thumbs is the crossover. According to Donna Eden, kasi meron tayong right and left brain. That's important i-balance yon. So, ang ginagawa is crossover. So, put your right hand, yung kanang kamay sa kaliwang, ayan, balikat, tapos i-crossover nyo, parang ganyan, no? Pa-cross. Pa-cross, pababa, doon sa kanang, hips. Right hips. So, 1, and then right naman. Right to left. 2, 3, 4. Ayan. So, just do that. So, siguro we can do it parang 5 rounds. Ayan. Tapos minsan, di ba parang ang bigat? Slowly, pwede yung, pakiramdaman ninyo. Actually, masarap. Kung kaya nyo nga, if someone can do it for you at the back of, sa likod ninyo, okay din daw, sabi ni Donna Eden. Ayan. So, crossover. Ayan. Okay. Tapos last, and this is my additional lang, kasi ako, madali ako mangalay, di ba? Parang nagkaka-stiff neck ka sa kakatype. Yung suggestion ko, ganito, i-flat nyo lang tong kamay ninyo, tapos mag-lean kayong ganyan. Parang 1, look at the back. Ayan, iramdam nyo yung stretch. 2, ayan. 3, 4, ayan. 5, 6, gawin tayo. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ayan. So, okay na tayo. And last, ito favorite ko rin, some strategy. So, you can rub your hands. Ayan. I-rub ninyo yung hands ninyo hanggang maging warm. Tapos, ilagay nyo sa face ninyo. Parang, then you can even, parang pampagising. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. So, again, good afternoon. Ayan. You can do this practice actually when you wake up. Kapag inaantok pa kayo. Or in fact, to start your day or your class kung online, pwede nyo itong gawin. So madali lang. Ayan. And in fact, if you follow me sa Malayang Diwa, I can share it or you can watch this again. Ayan. So, good afternoon. Ayan. So to start, gusto ko rin malaman para sa inyo, ano ba ang well-being? So please open a browser and type www.menti.com. Ayan. Tapos, write the code 2978930. Yan. So I have 2 questions for you. The first question is, what have you ever attended a LAC session on teacher well-being? Yan. So please answer it. My voting is closed. Bakit naging voting is closed? Eh? Is it closed? Oh, sorry. Na-close ko yata. Wait lang. I will stop my share. Ayan. Okay. Nag-close ba siya? Teka lang. Paano ba to? Back. How do I... Sorry, this is tech so voting close hindi eh. Back back. Hindi ko sure kung paano siya hindi yan close, pero wait lang. Meter. So if while waiting for me, actually you can type it out sa chat box or pwedeng sa Facebook chat box or sa chat box mismo. What is well-being for you? Ayan. There. Okay. There. Ayan. So, share, present. Voting is closed. Hindi ko sure kung bakit nagko-close siya. Configure. Teka lang. Configure. Okay lang. Sorry. Hello? So let's see. What is well-being for you? Share your responses below. So please share your responses below. I'll give maybe 1 minute to share it. Ayan. Expand. Okay. Okay. Is it closed pa rin?
Close, Miss Ra.
Hindi ko sure kung paano. Wait lang. I don't know how. But sige, okay lang. Since it's closed, it's all right. Just type it out. What is well-being for you in one word? Ayan. So I think sa chat box, I will ask Angel to if you can share kung ano yung mga nasabi sa chat box. Kung what is
Hi, Miss
well-being.
Raps. Okay. Yeah, actually sa chat natin, meron na din silang mga answers. One answer here is self-love. Meron din from Miss Divina, sabi niya, well-being for me is the totality of oneself. Napakagaling. Si Miss Nora naman sabi niya, it means physical, mental, social, spiritual, and emotional health. Galing din kay Miss Uni, it's love and time for herself maybe. And then also from Miss Naomi, it sabi niya, it means the state of being comfortable or happy. Similar sa answer din ni Miss Luisa. Sabi niya, it's being healthy, comfortable, or happy.
Nice. Thank you for that, Angel. So nakita ko lang sa Facebook, meron dyan happy, well-being is balance. Ayan. So actually maraming comments, we'll read through it, but in fact I actually attended kasi teachers teaching teachers sa Habi last week. Si Chess is part of Habi, and when I asked what is well-being for you, may isang nagsabi work-life harmony. Na parang kasi it's hard to balance pero it's also harmony. Merong health, happiness, prosperity, being wholesome, well-being is health. So interesting. I'll read through it. Ayan, pasensya na sa tech problem. So ayan, but I'd want to know actually, there's a survey dun sa event page sa Facebook. I did a poll. I asked if you've had a well-being session in LAC. Ayan, because we're curious to know if there's existing practices right now for public school teachers or for teachers in general in terms of well-being. So please make sure to answer that poll. Ayan, so salamat for that. So just to say na in fact kasi we really love knowing you, and ang term dito is qualitative data, pero para sa akin, it's really knowing yung may boses kayo. Gusto ko sana marinig yung boses ninyo. So may nag-answer ng survey na 1,879 teachers. A good number is actually from Region 5. Nung tinanong natin sila, ano ba ang helpful sa'yo na ngayon dahil sa LCP, diba? Learning Continuity Plan na malayo kayo, ganyan. Ano yung mga sparks ninyo at what are the things that are working? What's interesting is 69.9% or roughly mga 2/3 of the teachers said webinars. In fact, even before, nag-survey din tayo at maraming taga Region 8 na nag-participate na maraming teachers na maraming webinars na na-attendan at talagang helpful ang webinars para sa kanila. But alongside it, ka-partner is helpful din ang gadgets that are working. Siyempre, paano ka mag-attend ng webinar, di ba? In fact, stress kapag hindi gumagana. So, gadgets that are working, thank you for Wi-Fi, ayan, sa mga phone, laptop na gumagana. Ayan, at sa mga resources na nabigay sa atin. Susunod dyan, ang interesting and very promising actually, the third and almost half of the teacher said na nakatulong din sa kanila ang LAC or Learning Action Cell Session on distance learning online resources. So, ongoing pa rin pala ang LAC. Hindi ko sure kung paano, like online ba or what, but really, the community of practice of teachers have been helping teachers through this change. Tapos yung susunod, ang ganda rin, sinabi nila na yung suporta ng kapwa guro nila, nakatulong din sa kanila na to make things work. Yan. And in fact, baka sharing of resources, hindi lang sharing of resources, sharing of stories din, ganyan. And meron din actually a good number, parang 1/3 said support and guidance of principal and teacher leaders. So nakatulong din yung a number, siguro yun nga, 1/3 ng mga nagsumagot, nakatulong din ang principal nila. Ayan, sa pagpapagaan ng trabaho. Ngayon naman, tinanong ko, ano naman yung mga challenges, ano yung nagpahirap, ano yung stretch o problematic ngayon, parang sa panahon ng distance learning. 84%, almost it's a big number. 84% said na ang pinaka nagpabigat sa kanila is problem with tech resources. So Wi-Fi, laptop, technology, at alam natin 'yan, 'di ba? Naramdaman na rin natin 'yan at some point, like nagkaroon ng problema sa tech, naghang, nawala yung connection. So ano talaga siya, nakakainis or parang nakaka-frustrate. Yan, para sa mga teachers. Second, hand in hand, magkasunod rin siya, is lack of resources. So I know that a lot of teachers right now, it's modules, di ba? Distance learning. So walang printer or hindi enough yung printer, walang modules, ganyan. Yun din yung problema. Pero ang interesting, hindi lang yun actually yung cause of challenge. A good number, which is half of the teachers that answered the survey said na yung isang problema nila is lack of student participation and engagement. Yun. So, malaking bagay din yun. Parang bigat din yun sa teacher na hindi nagpa-participate yung students. Ang interesting, kasi yung assumption is, nabibigatan ba yung teacher dahil sa workload? Actually, ang nagsagot lang ng workload is a good number lang. Parang, 50% then half of the teachers, parang 52%, a bit less than student participation ang nagsagot ng workload. Na ang insight ko dyan, at ang assumption ko or inference ko from that is, si teacher actually, kahit na mabigat, kahit na maraming workload, basta may resources siya, tsaka module, okay. Parang yun yung kailangan niya, ma-address yung tech problems at resources, mas makakagalaw siya. Kasi yung increase in workload, medyo mabigat para sa kanila, pero hindi kasing bigat ng tech. Yun. Yun yung insight natin. At yung last, actually, is tinanong natin, so gusto natin, typo, yan, well-being practices, ayan, tinanong natin, paano naman ang teacher na nag-aalaga sa sarili nila right now? So, ang interesting, a good number actually, the highest, 2/3 of the ones who answered is talking to a friend and a support group. Yun talaga yung pinangkukuhanan nila ng lakas at ng well-being nila. Tas sunod do'n actually is 75%, 'di ba? 63% sinabi naman physical activities, walking, exercise. So anything physical nakakatulong din sa kanila magpagaan ng pakiramdam nila. Susunod do'n, actually a good number din, 50, half of the teachers, may mindfulness practice. Ayan. Tapos interesting, after ng mindfulness practice, ang sumunod, taking care of plants. So actually, yung taking care of plants is mga 2/3 2/3 pa. Basta a good number, hindi, 1/3, a good number of teachers, natutuwa sila ngayon in terms of well-being kapag nag-aalaga sila. Maraming plant tito, plant tita, plant tatay, at plant nanay, ganyan. Ayan, so maraming nagpa-plants. Tapos a good number actually after plants is cooking. Ayan, and I think meron ding nag-mention a good number parang being with family, praying, ayan, cooking, and sometimes reading books. Ayan. So yun ang current practices natin ng well-being. So, para sa akin naman, so alam ko na yung konteksto ninyo na parang ang well-being, yes, importante siya, ito yung nagpapagaan sa amin, ito yung nagpapabigat. Ano naman para sa amin dito sa Malayang Diwa na parang ano ba ang well-being? So may dalawa akong i-share na framework or na some things to think about. Yung isa nakuha ko siya sa heartmindonline.org. Yan. Ang tawag sa kanya Heart Mind Well-being. And how did I arrive at this framework? Ayan. I was looking at parang when you talk about well-being, ano ba yung well-being of the heart, mind, and the hands? Kasi 'di ba, as humans, as people, parang we're not just our minds. We're also our hearts, how we feel, parang how we think, feel, and what we do is important to us, or that's what makes up who we are. So, ito yung lumabas. Ayan. Sabi doon na heart, mind, well-being, when you have well-being, you get along with others, you're compassionate and kind, you solve problems peacefully, you're secure and calm, you're alert and engaged. So, yun ang sign ng well-being. Ayan. So, parang ano siya, pwede siyang check. Siguro when you have your own LAC session or when you talk to other teachers, uy, etong factors na to, saan ka dyan? Or saan mo kailangan ng tulong? Something you can think about. So, aside from that, so pwedeng chat box actually. Pwede niyong i-write sa chat box ang sagot ninyo kung meron kayong comment dyan about this well-being. Saan ko na ba makikita yung chat box? Ayan. So, may nagsulat ba sa chat box? Ayan. Ayan. Meron bang nag-chat?
Wala pa naman, Miss
wala
Max.
pa.
Wala pa so
Okay.
far.
Okay. So, sige. So, but aside from that, so that's international, diba? That's a model that they have. What I did in my process of understanding well-being, na talagang pagpapalalim ng well-being, ni-research ko, ano ba ang Tagalog ng well-being? Ang galing kasi ang lumabas, ang Tagalog daw ng well-being, well, isa sa mga translations is kagalingan. At I really love Filipino words. Palagay ko marami tayong matututunan sa Filipino words at sa paglalaro nito or pakikiramdam. So, kung inisip mo yung kagalingan, ang root word niya is galing. Pero ang galing, may iba-ibang ibig sabihin, depende sa punto mo. Ayan. Well, depende rin kung taga saan ka. Pero feeling ko, di ba merong galing ako. Kunyari, ay, galing ako sa Iloilo. Taga Ilonggo ko, ganyan. Or, ay, galing ako sa, parang, sa Bicol. Bicolano ako. So, galing. Where you're from. Yun yung isang meaning ng galing. So, ang inisip ko, baka naman ang well-being, kagalingan natin, nagsisimula siya sa pagiging aware natin ng essence natin. When I say essence or diwa, sino ba talaga ako o saan ako galing? 'Di ba? Na what am I meant to do? 'Di ba? Kung sinabi mo saan ako galing, maraming it's so philosophical, but if you think about it, it can also be practical. Parang saan ako galing? Galing ako sa nanay ko, ganyan. Ano ba ako? Pag kung saan ako galing, tao ako, 'di ba? When you know where you're from, you know what you need. Na if I'm human, what do I need? Saan ako galing? What do I bring? Parang it's really knowing yourself. Kasi minsan, siguro may iba tayong ginagawa, nakakalimutan natin, ay tao pala tayo, kailangan ko kumain, ganyan. O kailangan ko rin mag-socialize, ganyan. Kailangan ko matulog. Kasi tao ako eh. I mean, that is my essence. I am a human and this is how I function. So that's the first point in terms of well-being. It's knowing who you are and your essence. Ayan. So, siya, parang something to think about. And yun yung siguro paanyaya ko sa inyo ngayong hapon, parang napag-isipan. Yung pangalawa, ginagamit din natin yung galing na pagaling ka naman. Ayan, lalo na ngayon 'di ba, ang dami nagkakasakit. Like aside from COVID, ang dami ring parang nagkakasakit na parang minsan dahil sa stress. Yan, tapos parang sabihin, "Uy, pagaling ka ha." Ganyan. So, pagaling, 'di ba parang get well, 'di ba? Get well, ganyan. But it talks about healing na when we talk about our well-being, kasama rin pala do'n yung paghilom. Parang, and when we talk about healing, may recovery siya. 'Di ba parang when you talk about well-being, paano ka magpapagaling? Kakain ka ng maayos, matutulog ka, 'di ba? Magbe-break ka. So, may different ways. Iinom ka ng mga gamot or ayan. So, important din ang well-being, we talk about our health also and our healing. Yun yung second point. Tapos yung third point, dun sa pagmumuni-muni ko is, and yun yung favorite ko, na baka naman pag gumaling ka na or parang kapag you're able to heal yourself, not just physically, but even your emotional wounds, na parang nakapagpatawad ka na or parang nakapagpahinga ka na emotionally, ganyan. Pwede mo nang matap yung galing mo. 'Di ba? Na parang, wow, may mga teachers na parang, ang galing-galing ng teacher na 'yan. Ayan, kahit na nakaka-stress, parang ang galing kasi nung pandemic, para siyang nag-bloom. Bigla siyang nagka-podcast o itong teacher na 'to biglang nagka-YouTube, ganyan, or ang dami niyang ginagawa, parang ang ganda pala ng module ng teacher na 'to, or uy, 'pag kailangan mo pala ng suporta, ang galing ng teacher na 'to makinig. So, ang well-being din, when you're able to tap into your essence and heal yourself, well-being also is about flourishing eh. It's about excellence, being your best self. So yun ang well-being. Parang may different siya eh, parang experiences at pagpapalalim. Yun. So ang goal natin is, ako personally, is yung makita ang galing nating lahat. Kasi naniniwala ko na bawat isa sa atin, and lalo na yung teachers, magaling. Ayan. Minsan lang nakakalimutan natin kasi kailangan natin magpagaling. Kasi pagod na tayo, nagkakasakit na tayo. At nakalimutan na natin na wait lang, tao tayo. Galing tayo sa alam mo yung parang galing tayo sa we're not parang kumbaga we're mortals and we need to take care of ourselves. So yan. So okay, quickly lang, we'll do a meditation, a quick meditation, and kung babalikan natin yung essence natin. And when we talk about our essence, nakalagay dito, it's about connecting ourselves to our stories through our breath. So I'll share a short poem. Ang tawag sa kanya is hinga, na 'di ba yung play of words rin na pag sinabi mo magpahinga ka o rest, merong word na hinga, which is breath. So we'll start with this poem, and then if after that we'll do the meditation. Okay, so let me know if naririnig ninyo.
Sa paghinga, ikaw ay malaya. Malaya sa pagdududa, malaya. Malaya sa diwa. Ako, ikaw, ngayon. Bitiwan ng mga kadenang dala. Humuni ng kanta ng pag-asa. Narito ka.
So dahan-dahan, alam ko we're online right now, but you can ibaba niyo muna yung mga pencil ninyo, mga notebook ninyo. And kung gusto niyo, actually, you can turn off the light kasi we'll do a very quick meditation, like just less than 10 minutes. You can put yourselves,
Sa paghinga, ikaw ay malaya.
Okay. So, ayan. So, please, ilagay ninyo yung kamay ninyo siguro put your hands on your lap and find a quiet spot. Hinga tayo muna 3 beses. 3 counts in, tapos 2 counts hold, and 3 counts out. At sa paghinga natin, imagine na unti-unti may liwanag na pumapasok sa atin sa paghinga natin, na pinupuno yung buong katawan natin. At sa pag-exhale natin, imagine natin na yung mga iniisip natin na iba-ibang bagay na nagpapabigat sa karanasan natin, unti-unting lumalabas sa paghinga palabas natin. So, you can close your eyes if it helps you. You can turn off the video or you can turn it on. Just connect with your breath first. So, 3 counts in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2. Out. 1, 2, 3. 2 more times. In. Hold. Out. 1 more time, quietly, listening to your breath. Now, aanyayahan ko kayo. I will invite you to close your eyes or imagine your favorite place. Pwedeng beach, pwedeng mountains, isang lugar na paborito ninyong puntahan na kapag napapagod kayo or isang lugar na gusto ninyong puntahan. So, try to imagine bringing yourself to your favorite place. A quiet place, a safe space where you can be. Let's breathe into it, imagining you're bringing yourself to that place. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Imagining that you are in that place, nandun kayo sa lugar na gusto ninyo. Slowly, you see yourself in a position that makes you feel comfortable. Nakahiga ba kayo? Nakaupo? Nakatayo? Naglalaro? Ayan. So, you can do whatever you want in that space. Invite yourself to have a conversation. It could be a conversation with yourself or with a friend. Pwedeng kaibigan ninyo na matalik na hindi nyo pa nakikita. So, just say hi to that friend or to yourself. Ayan. Kamusta ka na? Ayan. Your friend is asking you. Kamusta na ang nagdaang mga linggo at mga araw? Kamusta ang mga karanasan mo? Ayan. So, imagine sharing the highs and lows of your weeks. Ano ang nagpasaya sa iyo? Anong nagpalungkot? Saan ka nahirapan? At ano ang dinadala mo? Posible na maybe a number of you naapektuhan ng bagyo at nag-aalala at iba-iba ang nararamdaman. So just stay there in that safe space. Isang lugar kung saan pwede kang maging honest. You can be honest with how you feel. Walang tama o mali. Ikwento mo lang. Magsimula kang ikwento kung ano yung naranasan mo, anong naramdaman mo, ano ang mga naisip mo. So just be there. And aanyayahan ko kayo na gawin ito. Kapag nawawala kayo, bumalik kayo sa sarili ninyo at isipin ninyo yung safe space na yun. If you want, you can choose a word. You can call your name to go back to that experience. And ask yourself, kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na ba talaga? If you feel drawn, you can write about what you're thinking of, you're sharing. Or kung gusto niyo, pwede kayong tumayo, maglakad-lakad. So we have 2 minutes to think about it. Kamusta na ba ako? Kamusta na ba talaga ako? ang mga bagay na nagpasaya sa akin? Ano ang mga bagay na nagpagalit? Ano ang mga bagay na natatakot ako? At ano yung mga bagay na pinapasalamatan ko? You can share anything, kahit anong gusto ninyong kwento na mapaibayo sa karanasan ninyo. Now slowly go back to your breath again, breathing in and breathing out 3 times. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. 2 more times, slowly imagining yourself going back to your body. In, hold, out. 1 more time. In, hold, out. So now you can slowly feel your hands. You can wiggle your hands. Pwede nyo galawin yung kamay ninyo, or kung bukas naman ang mata ninyo, pwede nyo kunin na ang pencil ninyo at isulat ano yung mga kamusta yung karanasan sa inyo. So you can write it down if you want, or just take note of that experience. So salamat sa papaunlak sa akin na subukan ito. If it's hard for you, it was hard for you to do this, I invite you to do this. Maghanap kayo ng panahon para gawin to. It's just 3 minutes. Ayan. So you can type in the chat box also kung kamusta yung karanasan para sa inyo. Just so that I'll have an idea. Ayan, kung gusto nyo. I will read your comments actually after. Ngayon lang hindi masyado. Okay? So, ayan. So you can type it out. So ngayon, magsusulat tayo quickly nung karanasan natin. So, ang tawag dito sa activity na to ay kilos ng damdamin. So, I'll ask you, if you're very visual, ako visual ako eh, I'll ask you to make a yin and yang image. So, nung ni-research ko, ito yung way to do a yin and yang image. So, bilog siya, circle. Ayan. Tapos, gagawa kayo ng parang reverse na S. Yan. Tapos gawa ka ng 2 lines para straight. Reverse na S, tas 2 circles. Ayan. And then you can shade one area na black, tapos yung white, yung circle, smaller circle niya, tapos the other one is white, tapos black yung circle niya. So I'll give you maybe a few seconds to do it. Ayan. Shout out dun sa mga Facebook. I will definitely read your comments later. Pasensya na, it's hard to multitask. So, but if Sandy is here, you can also let me know, or kung si Angel rin sa chat box, kung may ibang nag-comment. Ayan. So now, na may yin and yang na kayo, ito ang gagawin natin sa yin and yang. So sa black area, ayan, you can put an arrow, or kung hindi nyo siya na-shadean, pwede nyo ilagay sa loob. Ano ang 3 bagay na nagpabigat sa iyo the past month? Yung talagang binubuhat mo, ano yung nagpabigat sa iyo? Yan. So you can, or ano yung pain points para sa iyo? You can write it. So, depende sa inyo, pwedeng may salita kayong isulat na parang modules, or parang ganyan. Yun yung hugot, or parang wifi, ganyan. Ano nagpabigat sa inyo? Pwede ring drawing. Kung mas mahilig kayo ng drawing, pwede ring may symbol, ganyan. Yung students na parang hindi alam mo yun, parang it's not engaging, ganyan. So, after nun, you'll go to, the next one is, ano ang 3 bagay na nagpagaan sa iyo? Doon naman sa white area. So, ano yung nagpasaya sa iyo? Yan. Pwedeng siyang drawing rin, or words. Yan. So, ang saya-saya. Actually, this girl is, sa UP yan eh, may sunflowers. So, sulat ninyo. Tapos, it's helpful also to go back to it yung tong sinulat ninyo. Ayan. So, tapos na ba kayo? Tingnan natin sa chat box. Paano ba 'to? So, wait. So, meron ba nagsulat sa chat box? So, you can, ayan. Sorry, I will check po later. Ayan. So, ngayon ayan. Ayan, may nagsulat. Nakita ko sa chat box. We'll see. Gumanda at sumaya ang pakiramdam ko noong nagdaang linggo nang ginawa ko ang 7-day gratitude challenge kung saan bawat araw ay nagpo-post ako sa social media kung saan kanino at bakit ako nagpapasalamat, sabi ni Nora. Thank you for that. Ayan. Oo. So, sige. So, we'll ask for your responses din later na kamusta? Ano yung nagpagaan sa inyo at nagpabigat? Ayan. Some points before kasi our goal is magbe-breakout rooms po tayo. That's our goal today. Kasi 'di ba yung highest natin in terms of well-being is makapagkwento tayo. So yun yung hinahabol natin na in the next hour we'll have a chance to share to someone in a breakout room or kung sa Facebook man, we'll engage with you or ang suggestion ko is kung may kasama nga kayong co-teacher, pwede kayong mag-usap. Ayan. Wait lang. So may nag-chat pa bang isa? It loosens my body and it relaxes me. So it loosens your body. So okay, so some insights, ayan. So favorite ko actually na psychologist si Carl Jung. He said that emotion, 'di ba yung nagpasaya, pakiramdam, ang pakiramdam natin is the chief source of all becoming conscious. There can be no transforming darkness into light and of apathy into movement without emotion. Okay, so what does that mean? Anong ibig sabihin nun? Parang nosebleed ako diyan, parang ganyan. So, emotion, actually ang shortcut niya, energy in motion. Ang sinasabi actually ni Tony Robbins, very powerful ang nararamdaman natin. Yun yung nagfu-fuel sa atin to act. 'Di ba pag may fear na parang, hala, delikado yan. Meron nga minsan tayong extra na energy or power kapag may bagay na delikadong nangyayari, 'di ba? Parang nakaya mo yun, parang nabuhat mo yung ref ninyo palabas kasi natakot siya. It was that emotion. Pero minsan may mga emotions tayo na hindi natin alam, naapektuhan na pala tayo ng emotion na yun. At mabigat na siya. So, hindi natin siya matatransform kung hindi natin napapanghawakan kung ano yung nararamdaman natin. 'Di ba? Parang there can be no transforming darkness, yung parang dilim into light, end of apathy. Apathy, yung parang wala ka nang pakialam, yung parang wala na akong nararamdaman. Pero posibleng hindi naman sa wala kang nararamdaman, meron kang naramdaman, pero dahil naging manhid ka na, wala na, parang gano'n. And medyo ano yun, nakakatakot na yun, Actually, that's a sign sometimes of, depression or like that's a sign na parang hindi na siya healthy kapag hindi mo nararamdaman o hindi ka aware sa nararamdaman mo. Not to say na it's automatically like that. Kasi ako minsan parang nangyayari rin yun sa'kin na parang wala na akong maramdaman, pero alam ko meron akong nararamdaman. So, papakinggan ko yung sarili ko, yun. So, kaya mahalaga siya, ayun. So, may tuturo ako sa inyo na very simple tool that I discovered, from, reflecting on well-being and being with teachers. Ang tawag sa kanya, MVP or 'di ba may most valuable player, ito naman MVP, mulat, bitiwan at piliin. Na sinasabi, mahalaga talaga, 'di ba sinabi ni Carl Jung, it's important to be aware of our emotions. Ano yung nararamdaman natin? Sabi nga nila 'pag nagmamanhid ka na, parang cancer 'yan, parang namamanhid ka na wala ka ng nararamdaman, hindi na pala 'yun nakakatulong sa'yo. Actually, yung mga nakakaramdam, mahalaga 'yun and don't put it aside. Mahalaga yung maging mulat ka sa nararamdaman mo. Pero pagka namulat ka, hindi naman ibig sabihin nun bigla ka na lang magagalit or bigla ka na parang important maging mulat, pero mahalaga yung susunod na gagawin mo is bibitawan mo siya. Iba ang bitaw sa pagpapabaya. When you say bitawan, 'di ba may dala ka na ang bigat-bigat. Teka, ano ba yung dala-dala kong ang bigat-bigat? 'Di ba? To be aware na, "Ay, eto pala yung dinadala ko, teka lang, ilalapag ko siya at titingnan ko siya." So yun yung nakakatulong in terms of how we can make the most of our emotions. First is to be aware of it, maging mula tayo. Second is to step back. maging bitiwan natin at tingnan, ano ba ang sinasabi nitong nararamdaman ko? Yan. So, kapag nabitiwan na natin siya, pwede natin siyang tingnan. Hindi pabayaan, pero tingnan. Minsan nga kapag hindi ka mulat, napapabayaan mo siya. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi mo tinitingnan eh. Pero ngayon, pag mulat ka, ay, eto pala, nakalimutan ko pala to, eto pala yung kailangan ko. So, bitiwan. Pangatlo, so ayan, drop the rock. Yun yung photo. Ay, sorry. Pangatlo is piliin. So, 'di ba, parang for me, teaching and life in general, like teaching, working, it's a journey. And we have to think, what are we carrying? Ano ba yung dala ko? Tapos bibitawan ko, anong sinasabi nitong dala ko? At ngayon, ano na ang pipiliin kong kargahin? O pipiliin ko na puntahan dun sa dinadala ko? Yon. So, tandaan, mulat, bitiwan, at piliin. Very important for our breakout session. So, ngayon, after this, we'll actually do, di ba, sa mga teachers, alam nila ang think, pair, share. Ngayong hapon, ang gagawin natin is reflect, pair, share. So, may pair kayo at pair 1, so A and B. So, yung A na partner, siya muna yung magkukwento at si B, siya ang magtatanong. Tapos, after 5 minutes, si B naman ang magkukwento, si A naman ang magtatanong. So, may tatlong main questions lang tayo. Yung unang tanong, ano ang pakiramdam mo? Ano ang pakiramdam mo ngayon? So, kunyari, ako ang pakiramdam ko parang, napapagod na ako. Or parang, ay, alam mo, parang kinikilig ako, parang ganyan. So, ano ang pakiramdam mo? Tapos may mga follow-up questions tayo dyan. Saan mo nararamdaman sa katawan mo? Kasi pakiramdam, very physical yan eh. Di ba yung sa atin, actually, our language is very physical. Di ba? Sinisikmura ako. Or parang, marami tayong salita na sa body natin. So, next question is, ano ang sinasabi nito sa iyo? Okay, so ano yung pakiramdam mo? What is it saying to you? And then third, ano ang isang pwede mong gawin para tumugon dito? So tatlong questions lang. It's 2:07 now. So we'll break you out until 2:20. So or maka-earlier ba sa 10 minutes. So a few reminders lang. Ground rules natin. For the pair, remember 4 things. Listen attentively. So make sure, siguro bago medyo nahiya pa kayo sa isa't isa kasi hindi nyo kilala yung isa't isa. Pero maging bukas lang. Be open to meeting a new friend. In fact, sabi nga nila, it's easier to open up to a stranger kasi hindi ka huhusgahan, hindi ka naman kilala, parang ganyan. So, listen, be open, and give value to each of your stories. So, kapag chance mo na, kwento mo yung ikwento mo, hindi kwento ng iba. At makinig ka rin dun sa kwento na binibigay ng taong to kasi posibleng ngayon niya lang to nababahagi sa isang tao. Yan. Tapos last, engage fully 100% of the time. And I suggest you really finish all the questions. Talagang make the most out of it. Yun. So, so do you have any questions? If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. Ayan. But I think in a bit, Joseph, if you're ready, we'll
Yep.
pair up everyone. Ayan, in a breakout room. Actually, pati yung Fasi, kung gusto nila, baka we'll end up pairing with different people. So, tingnan natin kung sino yung mapapair up natin. So,
Okay.
nag-create na si Joseph ng breakout rooms. While Joseph is creating the breakout rooms, I suggest you reflect on the questions already. Kasi I think you wrote down ano yung pakiramdam mo. So, pag-isipan nyo na ngayon, nga no, ano ba
Okay.
sinasabi nitong pakiramdam ko?
How many minutes?
And when you say that, usually, meron kang pangangailangan eh. Pag may pakiramdam ka, what is it telling you that you need? Pero kailangan mo rin tanungin, ano ba yung meron? Kasi minsan yun yung gap, di ba? Na parang ito kailangan ko, pero ito yung meron. Yan.
How many minutes,
Sige.
Raquel?
So, nag-create pa ng breakout room si Joseph.
10 minutes ba?
Yan.
Is it 10
You
minutes?
can write it down. And if you have any questions, you can write it. Ayan. 10 minutes.
Okay. 10 minutes.
Sige. So, baka we'll have actually longer time kasi for